Biomes are regions of the world that have similar climate, vegetation, and plants. Examples include temperate forest, rainforest, and deserts. This presentation focuses on plant diversity in the tropical savanna biome, which includes large portions of Tanzania, including Serengeti National Park. So what is a savanna? Savannas are composed of grasslands with scattered trees and shrubs. Tropical savannas occur around the world, as you can see in the blue areas on this map. They support large numbers of plant and animal species, many of which are unique to only savanna ecosystems. Savannas occur in areas with seasonal wet and dry periods. What is especially cool about savannas is that it is the only biome that cannot be predicted by climate alone. This is because savannas are dependent on disturbances, such as fire or animal grazing, to persist. Without these disturbances, a savanna can switch to either a grassland or forest. Why are savannas so diverse? Savannas are diverse likely because the mixture of grasslands and trees provide different local habitats. This variety of habitat over short distances can allow different plant species to coexist in the larger savanna matrix, and increased plant diversity favors more food sources and structural diversity to support large numbers of animal species. We wanted to test how trees in a savanna can influence plant species diversity. This is important to know because in many places, natural disturbance patterns have been drastically altered. Oftentimes, fires are not allowed to burn, or domestic grazing is much more intense compared to native wildlife species. These changes in disturbance patterns can cause a shift to either woodland or grassland, potentially causing a loss of plant and animal diversity. We sample plant species growing under Acacia kirkii trees and in the open grasslands at Inashiva Nature Refuge in northern Tanzania. We quantified how many species occurred, a metric known as species richness, and plant height by each habitat type. Looking at the graph on the left, you can see the number of plant species is higher under Acacia kirkii trees than in the open woodland. We found more species as our sampling area increased. Looking at the graph on the right, you can see a large number of the species we found were only growing under the acacia trees, and there were some found only in the open grassland. This indicates that the mix of trees and grassland habitat increases plant diversity compared to either just a woodland or just a grassland. This figure shows how tree size influences plant height. Plants were taller under the acacia trees compared to the open grasslands, and grew tallest under the largest trees. This is likely because animals have a hard time eating under the thorny acacia, so grazing pressure is lighter under the trees. This could allow plants growing under the trees to escape from grazing to produce more seeds. The grass and tree matrix in a Tanzania savanna increases plant species diversity. Tanzanian savannas support an incredible number of mammals and birds that depend on the mix of trees and grassland for survival. Therefore, maintaining the savanna through appropriate disturbances such as fire and grazing is essential for persistence of many species.